It was the first script that I'd read in a long time that I really just raced through the entire thing, and sometimes, you need to pace yourself. But this, I was completely riveted. And firstly, I saw Judy Dench's name attached, which is just like flashing alarm bells, do this project. And then Trevor was involved, and who's a complete legend in himself. And Joan, who I play, is such an interesting, complicated character. There's a political dilemma, is also a personal one as well. And she felt incredibly layered, and sometimes her motives might seem hard to understand, why she might betray people like that, but really the root cause beneath it was such a driving force behind everything she did. I just really wanted to play such a multi-dimensional woman. It is incredible that this woman, Melita Norwood, lived for, almost 50 years with this incredible secret and, just being this very sweet older woman. And at the beginning of the book, there's a quote, "I thought I got away with it," which is just remarkable. And she really was the #1 source of information for Moscow. She was a huge linchpin in the whole operation, which is also true in our version. But Joan is almost so unaware of just quite how important she is, and almost likes to play it down because the actual burden of responsibility on her is so vast. It's a real drama. And it's about humans and connecting and truth and sacrifices, which is something we can all relate to. And, there's a line in the book that I love, how far might badness extend in order that it might do good? And that's the essence of the whole thing. We can all relate to that, if doing something wrong leads to the right thing, maybe it's okay. I think that's really powerful. My Joan is this very sweet, young, naive girl who's had this very safe upbringing in St Albans. Her father's the headmaster. She's been very cosseted. And she arrives in Cambridge to study physics. And back in that time, girls weren't really going to universities like that, particularly not studying physics. And she has this incredible chance encounter with this Russian girl, Sonia, who then introduces her to her cousin Leo, and gets introduced to this dazzling world of these political discussions and this energy and vitality that she's never experienced anything like. So although she doesn't necessarily agree with the communist politics, she just gets so involved, and Leo is this incredibly charismatic, beautiful, intelligent man, and she's never even been in a man's company before, let alone someone like that. So she really gets drawn in. And it's that really interesting evolution of this young girl kind of blossoming, learning who she is through many mistakes. Joan likes to just kind of blurt something out and then deal with the consequences later, but really getting a hold of that and working out her place in the world and how she fits into that. I think it might be easy to believe that she follows Leo and starts giving all these secrets to the Russians because she's madly in love with him, and it's really not that. She fundamentally doesn't really agree with communism like that. It's just to make the world a safer, better place. And I think women at that time were underestimated. They were, and I think it's said in the film as well as a book, well, they'll never suspect us because we're female. So she really has to take ownership of that, and it's not through blindness or love. It's her ethics and her truth that she follows.
Joan Elizabeth Stanley, you're resident at this address.
What's going on?
You are being charged with 27 breaches of the Official Secrets Act. You must come with us now.
イギリス史上最も意外なスパイは
There's a file on you, starting in 1938 when you went to Cambridge University.
ケンブリッジで物理を学び
You must be Joan. What made you want to read physics?
And the whole world changed, and I wanted to be a part of that.
原爆の開発に携わっていた
It's like I don't know you.
I'm your mother.
Communist International, Comintern. That was the name of the group.
I was never a member.
The Russians, they deserve to know. The Allies are going to do something dreadful with it.
The first atomic bomb has been dropped from the Japanese city of Hiroshima.
I've got something for you.
They need files, reports, drawings, diagrams.
All right, I was frightened out of my wits most of the time, but I knew I had to do it.
Betraying your own country, God, I'm ashamed.
I loved my country!
仲間や家族を裏切ってまで彼女は何を守ろうとしたのか。ジョーンの秘密。